you lot. Today's going to be an interesting day because I've got a little radio. Bloody hell, what's going on, you lot? Turn around. I've got a little radio. I've got, I've got a battery. The only reason I've got a battery, I'll explain that in a minute. We've got a little radio here, little 2-meter radio, and we've got an antenna sitting on the boot there, in the back, sorry, not in the boot. So let's stick it on the roof. First thing I need to do, got a load of dust on the roof, look. I want to stick it roughly in the middle. So let's clean off a little area, like that. There we go. Let's clean that off and then we can stick the mag mount on there then. So this is the one that I've got. It's the Ham King SG 7900 if you're an American. I think we'll have it going that way. I'll show you going that way. Let's have it going that way. Nice and clean. Lovely. That's what we want. And then we'll have the cable. There's the cable. There's the PL259. That can go in there. That can all just come down like that. I'll have that going in there like that, I think. Got to remember, you don't want it to let in any rain. So I'm trying to do this with one hand. Oh, that's not very good. I have to redo that, hang on. Right, so now we've got PL259 here. Radio there, battery there. Now the reason I've got battery and I'm not connecting it to like the car battery or the cigarette lighter or anything, reason number one, I haven't got a cigarette plug. I thought I had a spare one. I was looking everywhere for it and I haven't got one, so I've just got the bare wires. Reason number two, this isn't going to be a permanent setup because well, I've got nowhere to put a permanent radio in this car, so it's just for a bit of fun. I couldn't be bothered to find a hole in the firewall to go to the battery, seeing as I'm only going to have it in here for a couple of hours, if that. Number three, I've got a leisure battery lying around that needs to do some work. It needs to be used. I don't want it to go sit around doing nothing, so I want to put some, you know, I want to put a drawer on it. I want to use the battery and I can charge it up and keep it in good condition, because it's sat around for over a year. And I know it's kept the charge. I know it's a leisure battery, it's supposed to do that, but anyway, I want to use it. So let's wire it up and then we'll see what we can find. Positive is on. Now if I can do this with one hand. Negative is on. I heard a crackle from the radio. And we've got wires crossed here. Alright, there we go. Now let's turn it on. 12.6 volts, 145 500. Squelch. Now let's see, is there going to be anybody around? Nobody obvious. So we're on 145 500. We've got keyage. Right. Let's let me just have a quick look through these settings and then we'll call out for someone. Bloody hell, someone just called for me. G1HQQ M6XSZ mobile.
Yeah, morning Ben. Shall we go up to S22 550, Roger?
Roger, see you 550. Right, that was a bloody Frank calling out for me.
G-Switch in use, so G1HQQ is checking.
Nothing at this side.
Yeah, morning Ben, trust you're well. A little bit cooler this morning by the looks of it, but there we are. Anyway, good to hear you. M6XSZ mobile GU1HQQ.
Yeah, literally I've just turned the radio on then, Frank. Literally just plugged it in the car. I'm sitting, well, I wasn't expecting to find anyone here. Literally just plugged it into the battery, turned it on, turned the camera on, because you are on camera, Mr. Frank, and you called for me, buddy. I was most surprised straight away.
From G1HQQ. Well, I do aim to please and you know, keep everybody on their toes from time to time. But there we are. Now, I had a bit of a bad day yesterday. Found I got one of my fuel tanks on the boat leaking. So busy getting a transfer pump and some hoses made up and some fittings and a lever valve and everything else, and I mount it on a board, so I've got a little bit more control over it. And hopefully got a very, very nice company locally who does oil and everything else. Are going to show their head. Well, hopefully we'll get it all sorted out. I wonder what the issue with the handbrake is, because I know a lot of the older vehicles used to have twin cables or twin bars come down to
I'm chatting to Frank now for about half an hour. Good, working well.
And like an elbow or an angle hinge on top of the axle, if they're solid cables. And mobile, hi. Just got two little jobs to do this morning, and then back down to the boat and see what we can do. I'll send you a quick video of what I found, and the most annoying thing about the whole thing was the boat's been lifted out for a full survey and evaluation, and how on earth he missed that, I do not know, because that must have been leaking for some time. But hey ho. Don't really want to make any waves or anything like that, but I wonder if I've got a legal stance on that as well. But there we are. He seemed to be more interested about the state of my seacocks and little bits of discoloration on brass and whatever, you know, gone green, which obviously I'm dealing with as well. But I think a leaking fuel tank is quite a major one. And as I said, it's going to be very awkward if I've got to go down the route of replacing. So there we are. So I'm still a little bit put out about that, but there we are. But lots of help and lots of encouragement down from the guys down in the yard. But yes, it knocks the winds out of your sail there, Ben. But there we are. M0XSZ G mobile mode GU1HQQ.
M6XSZ returning. XSZ mobile returning. We're both forgetting the mobiles, Frank. Bloody hell. Anyway, well, I'm not mobile at the moment. I'm stationary, so maybe we can be forgiven. I don't know. Yeah, so that's a shame, Frank. I'm gutted for you, mate. I'm gutted for you. I mean, we've both got issues, haven't we? We both keep getting beaten down with a bat, but you get beaten down more so because you play with more expensive toys than me. Oh dear, I don't know. It's a shame that the fuel tank ain't big enough that you can get in it, innit? You could clean all the fumes out, you know. I don't know how you would want to do it, but you fill it up with water normally, pushes all the fumes out, and then you can get in them. But that's with like bigger tanks. But it's a shame it's not big enough that you couldn't do that, innit? And then you could get inside it and patch it up that way and have a good old look. Or equally, it's a shame that you can't get in somewhere to see the outside of the tank and patch it up like that, innit?
Yes, from G1HQQ returning. Yeah, well the problem is somebody recommended, you know, lining it with a bag. Not as easy as all that, because obviously you've got baffles inside there, because obviously being a boat, when you push those throttles forward, if you've only got half a tank, all that fuel is going to slosh right to the back, so you've got baffles in there to slow that movement down. But there we are. Yeah, I've got a bit of a plan, but whether it'll work or not, that's another thing. The problem is getting rid of the fuel entirely.
Poor old Frank's got a leak on his boat's fuel tank. Oh dear, oh dear.
To clean it.
So there we go. I only had one contact on there. That was Frank, my mate Frank from Shoebury-Ness. I told him yesterday that I was going to be on here. So I said to him, "Are you going to be about in the morning? Because I might stick a radio in the car." And he said, "Oh yeah, I'll be about from about 6:45." And the time when I set that up, it was about 6:20. And I turned it on, and there he was. I wasn't even recording it. I turned it on, and there he was calling out for me. I wasn't expecting him that early. I thought I was gonna, but that's good. So you know, I've been chatting to him now. It's bloody nearly 7 o'clock now, and I've got to get off to work. But yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, I wasn't expecting to hear anybody from where I am. I mean, I'm in a car park to that club that I went and had a look at not so long ago. And I'm sitting there, look, not even up high. I was going to set it up here, call out for a couple of people, and then I was going to go up to a bit of a hill. But that's the good thing about 2 meters, because it's, you know, with VHF, that's the good thing about it. You don't need to be like with HF or with CB. You need to be high, you need to be things, but with VHF and UHF you don't have to be. You can be anywhere, and you know the signal just shoots out because you've got a smaller wavelength. They just shoot out like crazy. So standing in this car park, looks like it's all been repainted. This is the club that I went to see not so long ago, and I said it was a bit run down. Well, it looks like they've repainted the car park, all the car park. They've taken the old sign down, and it looks like they've cut all the grass and everything. This is like the old this is that little kids play area. Look, they've cut all the grass and everything. I wonder what it's like in there now. I bet it's very nice in there now. Oh yeah, look, they've cut all that grass in there. So they're still looking after the place. I'm pretty sure now it's a private owner now. Well, it was probably a private owner in the first place, but like someone's bought it, and what they're going to do with it, I don't know. But yeah, here we go. There's my little setup. Like I say, I can't really put a permanent setup in this car because, well, I've got nowhere to put the radio. I mean, I've stuffed it in there for now, but I like to use this little area. And in these cars, there's nowhere to really put anything. I thought about putting it in the glove compartment, like that, and then when I want to use it, I'll just have it open and have it sitting there. But I don't like driving along with that open. It's just something that I don't think I could do. So I don't want to put it in there. I could just leave it in there. I probably could rig it up nicely, put some towels and stuff around it so it don't move around, and it would fit in there quite nicely, because at the moment that's stopping it. And yeah, I probably could do that. I might do that in the future, but for now I've just stuck it in here just to have a bit of a laugh, bit of a chat, and see who I can find to speak to, and give that leisure battery a bit of a go. I might stick a CB in here. I think I'll leave the 2 meters in here for, like, obviously I'm not going to leave it in here, but what I mean is I think I'll have the 2 meters in here a couple more times, see who I can find, see who I can talk to, and then I think I'll stick a CB in here and have a laugh with that. CB's a bit more difficult. Not difficult, it's not difficult in a bad way, but with CB you've got to mess around with the SWR, the VSWR. The 2 meters don't have to, because that Ham King is very good, and you stick it on the roof and it's normally got a very good SWR, very good SWR. That's why I didn't even bother to check it, because I know that putting it up there is going to be fine. And the fact that I managed to speak to Frank in Shoebury-Ness on 5 watts is brilliant. I didn't even have it on 10 watts, I had it on 5. I was going to put it up to 10 because I thought I was going to need it, but when he got back to me and I was already on 5, I thought I'd just leave it on 5. So yeah, brilliant, proper happy with that, you lot. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, I was expecting to have a few more contacts, but a bit more entertainment for you lot. But I woke up this morning with a bit of a cough anyway. But yeah, so for those of you that may be interested, there we go. A little bit of a, I need to give it a dust off. Look, I sat on the shelf in the shack for so long now, it's covered in dust. I literally just pulled it all out, stuck it in the car last night, and now I've rigged it all up. But anyway, there we go. Nice little radio, the Yaesu FT 1900. A bit beaten up. Bought it off a mate of mine who he don't look after his radios, but he says they're not there to be looked after, they're there to be used. So I got that off him about 6 or 7 years ago now, and it's a good radio. Does very, very well. So yeah, nice one, you lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. All the best. Ciao for now.